trying to compete globally. Very important. If we don't, we're not going to keep our standard of living up. If we don't, we may damage our national security. It costs a lot of money to keep an army or armed services around the world. So it's also for that. Why did I write the book as I did? Unaccountable Congress, it doesn't end up. Because there's a double standard, and you have to recognize it. The accounting systems that I learned to become a CPA are not the accounting systems they use in the budget process. They try to redo it at the end of the year when they put out the consolidated financial statements of the United States of America. And there's a quasi-generally accepted accounting principles called GAAP, which you probably know about. So they try to redo the books. But it's too late by then. We've spent the money. The budget's over. You've got to install generally accepted accounting principles, the accounting system used by the Securities and Exchange Commission, required if you're a publicly traded company, in the budget process, so that we know from an economic point of view, not just the cash that's going in and out, but what are we committing ourselves to? The budget process has to show that. Look at the world gross domestic product. What is gross domestic product? That's the sum total of all the production and goods and services of everybody in the world. That's total economic activity. Today, 70 trillion, back when I did this, 60. Look at the United States. 1/4 of the gross domestic product of the world. What's the Eurozone? Back then, 16 countries, now 17. But you can see it's about the size of the United States of America, the Eurozone countries. Now, I threw in, but before I go to China, look across, and you can see our population in the world, 6.7, it's about 7 billion right now. Look at the per person GDP in the world, $9,000. Look at the United States, which is, the most in the world, because we're the most successful, largest economy. 46,400 per person gross domestic product. Now, what is that? I said this don't mean too much because they're changing as we go. But look at China. China now is the second largest economy in the world. But they have 5.5 trillion. They have just passed Japan. Japan now is third. But in this year, which was 2 years ago, they have just passed Japan. But look at their per person. Only 3,300 versus the United States, 46.4. What does that tell you? That tells you they have not yet developed a domestic economy. That's what China's trying to do. China has an economy that's basically like Japan was and still is to a great extent, an export economy. Let's manufacture, let's sell to those consumers. Where are they? The United States of America. Guess what we are? We're a consumption economy. 70% of our economy is consumption. Why do you think we're in the doldrums? People used to use their houses like an ATM machine. Refinance. I bought a car. I went on vacation. I did this, I did that. They can't do that. And all of a sudden, people are now becoming insecure because they see their interest rates are going down. They're not making it in their little savings accounts and 401ks. So what are they doing? They're saving more. We never had such high savings rates as we have in America now. I understand somewhere around 5 or 6%. When I was a congressman, it was 0. They were saving nothing. And I'm sure before the crisis, it was not that high. It was probably 1 or 2%. Japan always had a huge savings rate. The point is, people are not spending the way they did. So that's what's holding back our economy as well. Now, the other thing is that much of the production that we used to have in this country has moved to places like China. In the old days, Japan. China. Why? Because they're trying to get their people jobs so that they can develop a domestic economy. And they do that by paying them wages that they never had before. But those wages are much, much less than they are in the United States. And now, it's becoming a sophisticated workforce. They're making computer chips. They're making we didn't think they were able to make before. They're pretty good at replicating what we do. And we gotta be careful. What saved us in the past? Technology. How did we get rid of all that waste, fraud, and abuse that Peter Grace and his commission talked about when I was a congressman? We had the technological edge. And when you have technology, and you are advanced with computers and robots, that means you're making more with less people, so that your productivity goes way up. And you can disguise a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse. Well, guess what? The world is catching up to us. So the future, are we going to be competitive globally? But I just wanted you to see where China has to go yet to get anywhere near us. They're only $3,300 a person. So you get a sense for who you are by looking at your competition and looking at where we stand. So we have a domestic crisis, I believe, that's much worse than you think, and much worse than politicians want to tell you. And defining government is going to be very important. How big should the federal government be? What should the states be doing? And I'll go back to what Thomas Paine said in 1775 in Common Sense. Remember the problem we had? It was King George III. Remember? Tyrant? That was the government at that time. But it wasn't representative of the people. And Thomas Paine said, in very simple language, that we had to redefine government. But he says government is not the people, necessarily. And government is not society. He said society is a product of man's and woman's affection for each other. It's a patron. It's a promoter. It's great. But government is a usurper. Government is needed to protect people from each other. And he says government is a punisher. Then he says the biggest insult is that we provide the means by which government punishes us. He said, you know what that is? Taxes. So he was talking about King George III, but you could roll that argument forward today.